Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, Divine Non-Binary Tarot. My name is Basil, and today I would like to do a reading about you and the person on your mind, about what may be blocking this connection. Right now I am filming at the time of the full moon. It is April 12th, and it is actually the pink moon. I'm not actually super familiar with the moon, like the pink moon thing, but I do know that I personally associate the moon as something where we want to look inwards and do our inner shadow work, become more familiar with that so we can converge our shadows with our light aspects. Maybe that's why I felt compelled to do a reading about blockages, because I feel like the moon, its energy is really good for looking inwards and doing that reflecting that we need to do. So maybe you and your person need to spend some time reflecting inwards by yourselves. So to begin, I'm going to pull a card for you and your person to check on the energy, and I will pull a card on your connecting energy as well. So this is just to see if you resonate with the reading. If not, this may not be the reading for you. If you do, then there are some messages here for you likely. Please keep in mind that this is a general collective reading, not a pick a card today, just wanted to do a single reading. So there may not be a message for you today, but if not, welcome. So let's start with some animal cards to get your energy here. I'm going to start by pulling for you. So I would like to kindly ask Spirit to please help me channel the viewer's energy and their person to see what may be blocking them, to help give them guidance and advice on how to move forward in this love connection. I'm just going to do one more shuffle. Okay. So spirits, can we please channel the energy of the viewer first, please? Please channel the energy of the viewer. Oh my gosh, the cards don't want to come out. Oh, there you go, right as I say it. Okay. We have the lizard and pitcher plant with stagnation. Okay. So I'm hearing that right away that you may be frustrated with a lack of movement that's happening in this connection right now. You may not be seeing or hearing much from your person. There is a possibility that you may not be on speaking to them at this time. You could be in a separation or long distance from them. I'm hearing that although that there may not be much action happening in the 3D world, there could be some inner transformations happening for you at this time. I'm feeling that because I am getting a hot flash at the moment, which I feel like is ascension energy. So you could be upgrading spiritually, but I'm just hearing that there is a lack of movement within this connection. So you could be focusing more on yourself at this time rather than on this other person, trying to put more of the focus onto your own self-growth instead of putting so much of your mental and emotional energy towards this person. That is not to say that you're not connected with them. It just means that you are diverting your focus towards yourself, which is a good and healthy thing for you to do. Cool. Let's see. Let's get some more info about you. Let's get some information about your person's energy. What is the energy of the person on your mind? Okay. We have the fox and ivy with adaptability. Okay. Your person may be going through a lot of conflicts in their day-to-day life. I'm hearing that there may be some issues potentially going on with their friends or family or other connections. This person, I'm kind of like hearing about past energy. They may not have been fully honest with you. They could have been manipulative with you in the past. They could have led you on in some way, made you feel like this connection was progressing in a way that you thought was very positive, but then it ended up going nowhere, or things turned out in a way that you didn't want them to, which may be causing this stagnation. I'm hearing that with this fox energy, that they may be putting on a mask when it comes to their emotions towards you. They are not showing all of their cards towards you right now. That could be out of fear, a fear to commit, uncertainty within themselves. But I'm hearing that also with this adaptability, that may mean that they are on the path to changing some of these behaviors. So they could be learning to grow out of these malicious sort of behaviors. Like that's the word that I'm hearing. Maybe they weren't trying to be malicious, but I think that their actions proved otherwise to you. A lot of growth happening, a lot of changes. Wanting to make a change in their current situation. So they may not be in the most ideal of circumstances, but I'm hearing that they want to make the changes so that they can become a more integrated part of your life. Okay. Let me get your connecting energy. Okay. So yeah, thank you, spirits. This is a confirmation of what I was hearing earlier about you may be in a separation with this person. So we have the cat and lavender, independence. So I think both of you right now are not showing your energy towards the other. I think you are keeping to yourselves right now. You are preserving your energy to focus on yourselves. I'm hearing that both of you, if you did come into contact recently or the last time that you spoke with them, that you didn't show the true extent of your feelings. I think that there may be a fear on both sides that the feelings are not reciprocated in the same ways, so you are staying safe by keeping your energy preserved to yourself. You may also be trying to focus on getting rid of these negative energies at this time. So I know this isn't a panther, but with this black cat, I think of panther energy. And with panthers, I usually associate that with clearing out negative energies, things that do not serve you anymore, kind of like the tower. So there may be time being spent right now into releasing what no longer serves you, and that could be past versions of this connection. So I am hearing that this is somebody that you have connected with in the past, and there is some stagnancy, silence going on right now as you two focus on yourselves. So that was our little energy check-in. If you are resonating with that, welcome. This is your reading. Okay, and so I'm going to keep it. So this is your side, and this is your person on your mind side, and the little connecting energy. But if you feel like the energies are reversed, feel free to swap them. But this is just how I'm going to be reading it for the duration of this reading. So now I'm going to be pulling some cards from the Citadel deck just to check in and see what each of your blockages are on both sides and what is blocking both of you. So we'll do the same thing. I'm going to get yours first and then your person's. So what is blocking you? We have communication and confidence. So you may be feeling a lack of confidence to share your true feelings with this person. You may be afraid to take action, or you are waiting for this person to take action. Maybe you spoke your truth to them the last time and they were not willing to take accountability. So you are making the choice to not have any action until they own up to their past actions and mistakes that they may have made. Yeah. Okay. Woo! I always forget not to do the bridge with this deck. It's okay. I usually like to keep my cards upright as I'm shuffling, but I guess they will have some that will be reversed, so maybe that's how Spirit just wanted it to be. Sorry about that. Right away on the bottom, we have the twins, self-protection, and dual natures. So what I'm seeing with this is that both of you may be mirroring your energies, so you may have similar blockages that can be manifesting itself in different ways. So if you found yourself getting triggered by this person for things that they have done to you, I'm hearing it's important for you to take a look and see that if you are getting triggered by this person for what they are doing, that usually means that it is something within you that you are also guilty of. So you may need to take the time to look inwards and see where that trigger is coming from. With the twins, you could also resonate with being a twin flame, but you don't necessarily have to. Or you can just be a very high level soulmate. You may feel an unexplainable soul connection with this person. So, okay, I'm going to pull a card. What is blocking the viewer in this connection, please? Okay. We have the Spy Master in reverse. So it is knowledge and distrust. Okay. Spirit, which way do you want me? Upright. Spirit says upright, please. Okay. So, yes, I'm hearing that. So I was definitely picking up on that manipulative energy with this fox. So this person, your person, may have definitely done something to you that may have caused you to distrust them. Could be that with this crow, I'm hearing that the way that they communicated with you is not fully honest. They may have not told you the truth about, like, if there was, I'm just using an example here, this may not resonate with you, but if there was somebody else that they were talking to, they may not have been fully honest with you. They may have led you on to believe that you were the only one that they were talking to, and there ended up being somebody else. But I'm hearing that may not resonate for everyone. If not, I'm hearing that they may have spent more time into other people, such as friends or family or their hobbies, over you, and you don't fully trust that they have the best intentions towards you. I'm hearing that you may fear opening up to this person. I'm seeing with this key on this card that you could have entrusted them with some personal secrets or knowledge that you didn't want them to share with others, or they may have taken advantage of the information, the personal information that you have shared with them, and that may have caused a lack of trust in this connection. Yeah, I'm just seeing that you became frustrated with the way that they were communicating, and that may have caused you to shut down from the connection. So but the main thing I'm hearing is that you really are waiting for this person to be the one to reach out to you. You may be done. You may have been the one to previously pursue a lot of communication with this person. You may have tried to go after them. Like, if they were off doing their own thing, being in their own world, focusing on their hobbies or friends, you may have felt neglected from that and have tried to go after them, but then you realized that the more that you try to go after them and talk to them and try to bring them to you and make them interact with you, the more it inadvertently would push them away. So now you feel stuck. You're like, what do I do? This person isn't talking to me in the way that I want them to. They're not giving me the attention that I want. So you may have internalized that and thought that, what is wrong with me? It's not that there is something wrong with you. It's that they have their own shadows that they need to work out, and it's not something that you can force. You cannot force somebody to converse with you the way that you want them to. That is a conclusion that they need to come to on their own. So I'm hearing that's why you may be keeping to yourself right now. It can help the flow of energy better when you hold back some communication sometimes, which sounds counterintuitive, but sometimes the space and independence is needed so that you can both learn the lessons that you need to on your own. So, but I think the main thing is that there may be resentment that you are holding on to, which is a blockage of energy, because if you want this person to come back, but you are feeling distrust towards them, and if they come in and you're just going to have your reservations about them, or you may be very guarded and cautious towards them, that can block this connection from moving forward naturally as it needs to. So I would like to pull one more for you. So can we please get one more for the, ooh, thank you, Spirit. That one flew right out. We have the Dancer. It did come out in reverse, so Spirit's telling me to read it in reverse. Self-expression and strength. You may have a fear of showing your true self around this person, or just in general with other people. You may have a lack of self-confidence, self-love that you may need to work on your own. So we cannot always, or we shouldn't always rely on getting external validation from another person. Maybe that is something in the past where if you were feeling down or sad, you would go to this person to help comfort you and uplift you. And then now that you are alone, you are struggling to find the courage to be yourself. So that is something that can be blocking you. That is something very important to work on when you are not in a relationship. Well, also in a relationship as well. But this is something, an important time for you to be working on this, is to learn to express yourself, put your voice out there, and not to be ashamed of who you are. So please don't be afraid to be yourself, my friends. Like, you have a beautiful gift for the world that people want to see and hear, whether you realize it or not. And the more that you choose to be yourself and live authentically, the more it is going to attract in what is right for you and the people that are meant to be in your life. If you continue to hide your light and try to fit in with others, you're going to be attracting the wrong kinds of people and behaviors towards you. So, excuse me. So maybe in the past you were acting in a way that you thought would attract this person in. I'm also hearing that maybe you are not your person's typical type. So you were trying to present yourself in a different way. But, I think it's so important for you to just be yourself, because you being yourself, even if it is not necessarily this person, you being yourself is going to attract the right person in. And if they are right for you, this person will learn to love you for who you are and come back in towards you and love you fully. And you two will be able to be yourselves naturally. So don't hide who you are, my friend. You are a very powerful person, more than you realize, okay? All right, let's get some cards for your person. What is blocking your person in this connection? Okay, we have the Thief, seizing the moment, and selfishness. Okay, I'm hearing that your person may have been very selfish when it came to this connection. So I'm thinking that they were only really thinking about themselves. They were not very considerate of your feelings. Maybe they would go out and do things that didn't include you or were not very considerate of you. There could have been times where, for example, maybe you had plans to do something together and they would cancel on you to go do something else, or their actions that they would take would not be very considerate of your feelings. So if you were uncomfortable with them doing a certain action or activity and they would go ahead and do it anyways, that is something that could have been a blockage in this connection. They may have been more focused on monetary things, like I'm seeing all this money and like valuables in this card. So they may have had their focus elsewhere instead of on this romantic connection with you. They could have been very greedy. They could have taken advantage of you. Yeah, their energy, something about it, it's very, very manipulative. I would like this. I don't know if this is still present energy, but I'm just advising you to just be cautious and use your discernment if and possibly when this person may come back in, because they seem to be very much of a taker. So they could have taken advantage of your kindness. They may have been very willing to spend time with you, but just to have you may have been giving lots of your love and affection and words of affirmation towards them, doing favors for them, taking care of them, but you may not have been receiving that energy back. So that is something that could be blocking it, is a lack of even give and take in this connection. Okay, so let me get one more card for your person, please. We have the King, control, reversal of fortune. Yeah, this person may not have let you have as much of a say as you would have liked, is what I'm hearing. Again, very focused on themselves. They were not very considerate of your feelings. They may have been very harsh with their words. I was just kind of getting the shadow side of the King of Swords from this card. Very difficulties with communication, I'm hearing a lot with this energy. The way that they have communicated with you may have been very hurtful. It may have been very blunt, inconsiderate of how you would feel when they said these words towards you. Yeah, very self-focused. Very focused on their own world, focused on their own hobbies or addictions. That's also what I'm hearing with this one. Could be focused on unhealthy habits and addictions that they may not have wanted to let go for the better of this connection. A lack of wanting to change. Very interesting. Okay, and then let me get one card for your shared blockage between you two. So what is blocking the two of you? Oh, just gonna take this top one. We have the Warrior in reverse. Sorry, I'm trying to get these all out of the way, y'all. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, let me read it. So the Warrior, perfectionism and burnout. Okay, but it came out in reverse. So coming out underneath this independence, I'm hearing that in the past there was a burnout. So I think that I'm seeing with this wheel energy that there have been cycles that you repeated where you may have allowed this person to treat you in this negative way. You let them get away with being selfish and taking advantage of your kindness, and you were giving, giving, giving. And there came a point where you had to stop it and say, I'm done. Like, I need to focus on me. I cannot allow this person, even though I may love and care about them so much, I cannot continue to allow them to steal my energy without me getting anything back from them. So with this burnout in reverse, I'm hearing that you are now healing this energy, but this was a blockage in the past and you are learning to move past it. You may have had, with this perfectionism in the past, you may have had an idealized version of this person and this connection. You may have looked through rose-colored glasses and saw an idealized version of them. You were overlooking the red flags, but now I'm seeing that you are overcoming this perception and you are able to see the truth of this connection for what it really is and what things you need to heal on your own. This person also on their end, they may be realizing that I'm hoping that they are realizing that they can no longer treat you this way anymore, and that there are things that they need to work out. They may have had, their ego may have been telling them that they were not doing anything wrong in this connection. They may have thought that they could have blamed you for a lot of these blockages. They may have blamed you when things went wrong, and if there was a separation, they could have placed the blame on you. And vice versa for you, you may have had this energy of thinking like, oh, it was all this person's fault, like they did everything, they didn't treat me right, which I'm not saying your person didn't do anything wrong. Like, I'm seeing a lot of this like selfish manipulative energy within them, and I see a lot of insecurity in you. So I don't want you to feel insecure about this. I am just saying that you may have allowed this to go on for longer than it should have, and that negatively affected you. So it's important for you for both of you at this time, to go inwards, for you to continue to protect your energy from this person, and to make sure to use your discernment if they come back in, that they have been healing this energy so that you do not repeat a cycle between you two. Because if you continue to repeat the cycle of overlooking their bad habits and behaviors and just thinking, oh, if I try this again, maybe they will see my worth. No, they're going to see your worth if they choose to put in the work to better themselves, to not be selfish, to take your feelings into consideration. And if you take the time to establish your boundaries and not let them walk all over you, that is what is going to help you to overcome these blockages between you. Okay. Sorry, that got a little intense, y'all. Okay, now I'm going to pull some tarot. So I'm just going to get some more information about you and your person's blockages. Get some more energy. We have the Ten of Swords. Definitely a painful ending that happened between you two. Painful separation. But maybe a necessary one, it seems. Oh, but we have the Fool. Somebody who acted in a foolish way before, who may be considering taking a leap of faith towards you. But again, like I said, make sure you use your discernment. Don't let them come in if they haven't done the work. We have the Hermit. So both of you doing that inner work, that independent energy, doing your soul searching, which is what I think is needed at this time. Yeah. Oh my gosh, spirits. The King of Swords. It's like what I was seeing with your person. So very harsh, blunt communication happened between you two. Okay. I think what I will do is I'm going to ask with the tarot your feelings about your person and the way that your person is currently feeling towards you. So we'll start with you again. We have the Hierophant. So I think you are realizing with this connection that this is meant to help you focus inwards on yourself, on what you need to do to grow and become a higher spiritual being. This person is teaching you important lessons, whether I don't think they intended to, but I think that this is meant to help you increase your knowledge with your connection to your intuition, to your higher self, to your confidence. And this person is meant to be learning lessons about how to show up better in connections, how to be more empathetic and considerate of your feelings. Okay, so spirits, can you please channel the viewer's energy of how they are currently feeling about their person? How are you feeling? Wow, okay. We have the 10 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles came out on the bottom of the deck. Wow. Despite everything, all of this energy that I am seeing from your person's side, you still really see a long-term commitment with this person. You feel like there's the potential for having a stable foundation. You see a future of marriage. You could see having a family together or joining your families together or both. With the 8 of Pentacles, I think you acknowledge that this is not an easy connection. This is something that you both have to actively work on yourselves to get to this point. You may have had visions of them like getting married to this person, but then feeling blindsided when this manipulative energy came out towards them, or towards you, sorry. Yeah, very interesting. I'd like to get one more for your side. How are you currently feeling towards your person? How is the viewer feeling towards their person, please, Spirit? Okay. I'm going to take that in reverse. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the Page of Pentacles on the bottom. So I'm seeing that you may be disappointed with the way that things have gone. I think I'm hearing that you may have had a false start with this person, so you may have tried to reconnect with this person in the past and you realize that they did not change what they needed to in order for you to have a successful reunion, and this may have caused another separation, and that's why there is a stagnancy, a stalemate between you two. Yeah, they may have not been able to offer you enough with this Page of Pentacles on the bottom. You may be feeling frustrated towards their lack of change. I'm hearing that you feel that they may not, that you're sensing that they are not on the same page as you, like feelings wise, because their actions did not reflect that. However, I'm not so sure about that. We'll have to see when we get into how they're feeling about you. Just to clarify, but I'm getting the sense that you do not feel confident that they want to have the same future as you, that you feel like this may be a dead end, even though as much as you want this commitment to them. Okay. Let's see how your person is feeling towards you. Wow. Okay. We have the Devil and the Tower on the bottom. Okay. Wow. Very, very intense energy towards you, my friend. Okay. So, I'm hearing that this person sees you as somebody who brought a lot of change into their life. I'm hearing that they may have been very comfortable living this life of being this deceptive person. They could have been a player with other people. They may have been able to do things with past partners that they were able to easily move on from, put the blame on the other person, and repeat the cycle with a new person. But I'm hearing that you are shifting their views on that. So your existence, you standing up for yourself and setting your boundaries, was able to create this internal shift in this person with the Tower. They were forced to look inwards at themselves and realize their flaws and their wounding that may be causing this disturbance in your connection, that may have caused this separation. Yeah, I think they, with this Devil energy, they may have very sorry, they can have lustful desires towards you, or they may not have had the most pure of intentions towards you. They may have thought that this connection was purely sexual and were not seeing the emotional side of it, but that may have changed with the Tower. We'll have to see. I want to get one more to confirm how your person is feeling towards you. The Hanged Man. And the Knight of Wands on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a confirmation from Spirit that you force this person to look inwards and change their perspective towards you, towards how they see love, how they see themselves. With this Knight of Wands on the bottom, they may have been very flaky. Again, that sort of player energy where they thought that they can get away with just fulfilling their own personal desires, their own physical desires perhaps, and then running away when they get bored or when they've been caught being malicious or in a lie. They may have tried to escape, run away, but now they find themselves still thinking about you, still thinking about this connection and what they need to do to change, because they are realizing that no matter what, like, they are still having these obsessive thoughts about you. They cannot shake you. They realize that you have changed the way that they view love, and they cannot go back towards this Knight of Wands energy. You have made a fundamental change in their life just by being you. So good for you, my friend. Do not let this person walk all over you or take advantage of you. Okay. I would like to see what your person's current energy is, because I'm not sure if all of this is current or past energy, because I'm going to be honest with you, my friend. I don't see them as, like, this version of them. I don't see it as being the best for you of what you deserve. I think that you have this light, pure energy, and you are trying to learn to love yourself. And this is not going to be helping with that. Like this, you do not need the manipulation. Okay. So I would like to see, just confirm with Spirit, what is your person's current energy? What is your person's current energy? Ah, oh my goodness. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. Oh, and that card wanted to come out too. So you got two cards. Ace of Cups on the bottom. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. So I'm just going to stack it up here. Okay. So I do think that this is actually a really good sign. So I think that your person is actively taking the steps to work towards overcoming these blockages. I'm hearing that there may have been outside influences or judgments from people that may have caused them to act in a certain way. Maybe I'm hearing that they could have had a group of friends that encouraged them to act in ways that only serve their own best interests and be a selfish lover instead of a equal give and take, empathetic, giving lover. Yeah, this is somebody who is doing the hard internal work. They are working on themselves with the boundaries that you have put in place with the Seven of Wands. You may have put very strong boundaries between this person because you are not going to accept what they were giving. With the Ace of Cups on the bottom, I'm seeing that they are on the path of learning to love themselves, to respect themselves, and get to a place where they are able to give you the love and respect that you deserve. So I do think that a lot of this energy was in the past, and I think that they are working on coming out of that energy. However, I'm sensing that they may not be at the point yet where you are able to come into union, but we will continue to confirm that. So I'm going to ask next, what action will your person take next towards you? What action will your person take next? We have the moon, okay, and the Empress on the bottom. Okay, so I think that right now they are doing this internal work on their shadows. I'm hearing that they may have a lot of fears, which could be blocking them from coming towards you. They may have a fear that because of everything that they have done to you in the past, that you will not accept them, which honestly, if they come back like this, I don't think you should, but that is up to you, my friend. I think that they are really reflecting in on themselves, learning to nurture and heal their wounds with this Empress card on the bottom. They are learning to give to themselves in a healthier way. So maybe instead of feeding into their fears and egos, they are taking steps to do healthier actions. So I don't know what bad habits they may have had specifically. Could have been like I said earlier, like that player energy, like not really being committed towards love, or it could be that they were addicted to something that they were not willing to give up, but they are now changing it so they are healthier, giving to themselves and to others, and hopefully you a more positive version of themselves. Very interesting. So I don't see them taking action towards you right now. I do think that they are really focused inwards on themselves and trying to let go of this negative energy that they may have been holding on to inside of them. Okay, I would like to get some advice for you. So, spirits, can you please get advice for the viewer at this time? Advice for the viewer, please, for my lovely viewer. We have the Ace of Pentacles with the Five of Swords on the bottom. Okay. So, my friend, I think now is a time for you to be focusing your attention on what is currently in your life. So if this person, I'm not seeing them as being an active part of your life right now. You may be thinking about them a lot, but I don't see you're not really talking to this person. So I think right now the best and healthiest thing for you to do is to focus on what you can control rather than what you can't. So focusing on your job, your creative pursuits, whatever it is that is helping to progress you and make you feel happier and better in your life, rather than focusing on this connection which could be dragging you down right now. So focusing on starting something new, you may be being called to start a new project at this time, or start a new job, something new. Set the stage for a new beginning so that it can bring you more happiness and prosperity in your near future. Yeah, just be careful with this Five of Swords energy. I'm hearing don't self-sabotage yourself. So don't hold yourself back because of this connection. So if you feel like you have been holding back from doing something because you are waiting for this person to come back into your life, or waiting like, oh, maybe I won't move to this new place because what if my person comes back? Blah, blah, blah. Or what if I shouldn't take this trip because maybe my person won't be there or whatever. And no, don't self-sabotage yourself because of the expectations of this connection. Just focus on what you can control and continue to plant the seeds for your growth, whether or not this person is in your physical 3D life, my friend. Okay. I'm gonna wrap up this reading by getting a card about what is going to be the near future of this connection. So when I say near future, I say within the next month of whenever you are viewing this reading. So what is the near future of this connection, Spirit? What is coming in the near future of this connection? Okay, we have the King of Wands and the Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck again. King of Wands. I hope I said that right. I don't know if I said King of Swords when it came out, but King of Wands. Yeah, I think it's important for both of you to really be focusing on yourselves. The King of Wands is somebody who can be focused on their own ambitions and projects at this time. So I think that is going to be the most beneficial for you right now. Because I'm hearing that you need to be focusing inwards right now. There is just so much going on both sides that needs to be worked through before you can come together. And I know that is frustrating to hear, but that's just the reality of what I'm hearing, my friend, is that there is more inner work and healing to be done. So I know I said that was going to be the end, but I would like to see the potential of this connection. What is the potential of this connection, Spirits? Is this something worth waiting for, or is this something the viewer should move on from? We have Temperance and the Queen of Cups. Okay. My friend, this is a situation that requires a lot of patience. So with this Queen of Cups, I'm hearing ultimately the main goal of this is to learn to love yourself, learn to heal yourself. And if you do want this connection to this person to come back into the future, it is something that is going to require a lot of patience. So you may not see results from it right away in the near future, but it is up to you to use your intuition to discern if you feel that this person is right for you and you are willing to continue to focus on yourself and allow this person to focus on themselves so that they can be the best version for you as a partner to come back in. That is a decision for you to make, my friend. But ultimately, oh, Zuko, whoa, sorry y'all, my cat is knocking over the tripod right now. Ultimately, that is up for you to decide. So please just take the time to focus on yourself, do that inner work. It is the energy of the full moon, so could be why I'm picking up on this energy. But yeah, that is about it for tonight, my friends. I hope you may have gotten some good advice and messages from this reading. If you did resonate with the reading, please consider giving a like, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you in another reading in the near future. Thank you for joining me today, my friends. Bye.